So we finally reached the end. Let's see how it all turned out.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Married to Medicine Season 4. And this is actually the finale. Okay, so let's just go right in. And it's weird because this finale, it did knock me out. It was cool, but the season, it was one of the best seasons ever. But it was cool. Let's talk about it. Okay, so we're at Toya's cookout. You know, when we left off last week, Heavenly was just about to just snap. She just had enough, and she just said, "Lisa, bitch, you're a liar, and I just can't take it." And I said, "Well, what in the hell?" So she ends up going on. Then shit shifted some kind of way. So they're going back and forth, Lisa and Heavenly, and then it wasn't going anywhere. So Quad was trying to intervene to try to kind of simplify some things and try to get it back on track to, it was going to be helpful. I could see where she was going, okay? And as soon as she said one fucking word, boot bitch jumps up. Well, I don't understand why you're talking, Quad. I really just don't. I mean, it's between them, and I don't understand why you think you need to be asking the hard questions. Well, we don't understand why the fuck you're even talking. Or why you're here, bitch. Anyway, so Quad was like, whatever, Mariah. So they kind of got into it a little bit. And so after that, Mariah kept on, she's like, it really ain't your business, Quad. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. And this, said, girl, Quad, you are better than me, honey, because I will smack her in the face with a glass. I swear I would. I swear I would. But at some point, shit shifted. And then the next thing I know, Mariah was going at it with Heavenly. Heavenly's like, okay, Mariah, fine. I mean, if you could just be quiet, I'm trying to hear what Quad has to say. Quad, Lisa, and Heavenly were cool with whatever intervention that Quad was getting ready to add. It was Mariah with the problem. So Mariah tells Heavenly, don't talk to me like that. Don't tell me to hush. And she's like, well, I'm trying to hear what she has to say, Mariah, and I just be quiet, and then I can hear what she said. Don't talk to me like that, this, that, and the other. Get lost smart with Heavenly. Heavenly was like, bitch. And then that was like a blow up. Then the next thing I know, it shifts again, and Dr. Jackie has intersected because Dr. Jackie's trying to get Heavenly calm. Dr. Jackie and Simone, because Simone's like, Heavenly, stop cussing. Heavenly, breathe. They're trying to keep Heavenly on the track that Heavenly's on. And Heavenly's cool with all this. Now, usually Heavenly be the got on my motherfucking nerves. But Heavenly is cool with all the help and all the direction that the ladies were trying to give her. Mariah was the one. And I just can't wait to see how y'all talk about this in the comments and see if y'all pay attention. Mariah, the pariah, was literally, she was the one just infused. She wanted the drama. She wanted the big blow up. She wanted it. She wanted it. And she just was going for it. Then she starts with Jackie. Who the fuck starts with Jackie other than Curtis? She started with Jackie, honey. Jackie scooted all the way over into her face and was like, no. Wait a minute, honey. Hold it, honey. And she was telling her, just, if there's something you want to say to me, then you go ahead and say it, and we'll go on and discuss it. How Jackie is like, we don't do this yelling back and forth across the room shit. We don't do that. And then, they're flipping back and forth to confessionals. And that's the thing, too. Let me ask, why is it that anytime anything has to do with you, Mariah, we always have a constant flip back and forth of confessionals? Whenever it's something to do with you, whenever you get into it with a person, we always have a flip back of confessionals. Have you all noticed that? I'll tell you why. Because you're always harboring some old ass fucking shit. That's why. Everything you do is spawned and harbored off of some old ass fucking bullshit. Some old shit that happened 2-3 seasons ago, and you still rehashing it, one arguing a motherfucker about. So, the shit you talking about with Jackie was from season 1. Bitch, really? Get the fuck on. Get the fuck somewhere, like Heavenly said, and get you a seat in the fuck section, bitch. So thank God for Toya. At some point, Toya just came and just shut the shit all the way down and was like, fuck all that. Let's eat, So they went ahead and they ate, and everything from there was fine. The cookout was fine. They kind of left it alone. But it was really ridiculous. And that was a disagreement that was getting ready to get straightened out. If Qua would have been allowed to make her point, I feel like Heavenly and Lisa would have come to some type of consistency that it was going to straighten out. Mariah knew it, and she just politely threw a monkey wrench in it. Mariah knew exactly what she was doing. Exactly what she was doing. Later on after that, we see Dr. Heavenly go ahead and have another meeting with Jewel Tankard. And they're talking about everything, and they're having their walk. And, these are basically personal sessions that she's having with Jewel. And Jewel basically told her, she was talking about forgiveness and saying, if it's in your heart, you save the friendship, Heavenly. You don't give up on the friendship, because there's something. The reason that you got so upset is because there's something there that made the friendship worth having. And that's why you all are so upset. So you have to find it in your heart to really seek forgiveness and not fake it. You have to find it in your heart to seek forgiveness for it to really work. And then forgiveness will take place. But just keep in mind that there was always something there that was worth having as far as friendship goes, or you all wouldn't be arguing like this. It would be nothing to argue about. So she told you, she was very honest. And that's the one thing I will say about Heavenly this whole season. She's been very honest about everything. She told her, she said, listen, I'm going to pray on it, and I'm going to do what my heart tells me to do. I said, okay, Heavenly. So let's see. Let's talk about Quad for a minute. Let's talk about Quad. Over at Quad's house, we got Quad and baby Mason and Monica, which is Mason's mother. And we've seen some things in the previews, and we saw, where it's like, okay, there's this whole situation where now Monica is ready to leave Atlanta. She wants to go back home to Memphis. And of course, how people, they love to give Lady Q a hard time, okay? So we've seen this preview run several times throughout the season, and we're just getting here. We saw Quad actually crying and saying, don't take my nephew away from me, because again, she has gotten so attached to Mason, which I'll say this, anyone who stays in a house 24 hours a day with a little person and doesn't get attached, something the fuck is wrong with you, because little people are very easy to get attached to, okay? That's just the way it is. But we've seen all of this time, we've actually seen the scene out of context. So once the whole scene played out, you knew Quad wasn't being overly dramatic, which is what she's always accused of. She wasn't. What has happened when the girls were in Hawaii, Quentin and Monica got into it, and they got into it pretty badly. Quentin got so upset that he literally got the fuck up and left. He left and took his ass back to Memphis. So then Quad and Dr. G walked back into this, and now we're home, and I got my brother's girlfriend and my nephew here, and this motherfucker done left. So I'm like, okay, so yes, it's a sticky, crazy situation. Quad had a plan. Her husband rolled into the plan. We are going to take these young people and we are going to turn things around. We're going to help. We're not going to do it for them. We're going to help them to turn things around. They're going to build a life for themselves and this baby. And we are going to be the backbone. Okay? And they were totally invested in this. Dr. G and Quad. I go on vacation. I come back. This shit that fell apart. And it's an issue now because now Quentin's gone. And Monica's talking about leaving. She feels out of place. And you can understand it. She feels out of place. Oh, fuck, I want to be at your sister's house. And I ain't with you. Because now we're separated. I don't want to be living here on your sister. You know, your sister was invested because it was you and me. She ain't my fucking sister. No matter how she says she feels wrong, she's not my sister. You know, so I kind of understood what Monica was saying. I need to go back where my people are. I got you. And I understand it. Now, Quad didn't give her all that. Quad gave her very much of same, you and Quentin ain't together. Boom, it is what it is. Same plan in place. I'm going to help you to rebuild for you and baby Mason. Quad played that part. She played it all the way to a bust. Monica, though, feels more comfortable going back with her people, and I understand. But again, that, you know, that's fear. Fear is part of that. You know, and it shows that she really didn't want to be there anyway. She was following Quentin, okay? Which she probably shouldn't have did. Because they're obviously just not a match that's made to be together. Not at this time. So, of course, it upset Quad. And she was crying and she was saying, don't take my nephew away, you know, but I'm not his mother. I'm not his mother. I'm just his aunt. I understood why she was crying. I understood why she got so upset because you all know, just like I know, when you're talking about she is the baby's father's sister. Now the baby's father and the baby's mother ain't together no more. The fuck, you may never see your nephew again. You know, because once people separate ways, they don't fuck with each other all the time. Families don't always work that way. So that's where, you know, there's a possibility of that. Like, you know, she could go off and whenever Monica finds a new man, just don't fuck with Quad and them no more, period. And then now there's this in between you and this baby that been in your house 24 hours a day for months. And he ain't been living but for months. So I understood what it was about. So people jumped the gun, jumping on Quad yet again. You know, she's owed an apology, but whatever. But I'd love to see what you all have to say. But that's it. We've been seeing the scene out of context. She wasn't overreacted. I understood. I understood her point. I understood Monica's point. And I kind of understand Quentin. Because if the argument was really that bad, it's best that you went and took your ass on to Memphis rather than, because if you got mad enough to go all the way back to Memphis, you was about mad enough to pop her upside her motherfucking head. So, yeah, I understand everybody's part they played. Everybody needed to get away from each other. And that was good. You know, it was good. Cool beans. Let's move on. Okay, so let's talk about Lioness, Darren, and Lisa. I'm not going to stay long on this. More lies. Because that's what they delve into. They sat there on that screen getting on my motherfucking nerves, telling each other some more motherfucking lies. I said, I like to slap the shit out of both of them. She lying to him, he lying to her. She, I want this baby. And he over there with that old dumbass look. And what is the goatee without the top part? Like, that is just ugly. He's just so stupid. He looks like Wolfman Jack. But anyway, so he goes and sits up and makes another claim right on camera. We're going to keep on trying for 6 months, and I hope you don't get pregnant. And then when it doesn't happen, then we're going to go look for a surrogate. And she started, wait a minute, did you say you hope we don't get pregnant? No, I got my words twisted. I said, she said, I'm sick of them. And I'm telling you, bravo, I'd like to see Married to Medicine back next season on Sunday without the clouds. You understand? Thank you so much. Anyway, moving on. You go get your niece and her husband, get them booked up, get them set up, get the cameras in their house, and let's move the fuck on. Anyway, okay, so Jackie plans a lookbook reveal event. She finally has all the stuff together. She has the pictures from Hawaii are coming, and she has the pictures, and the book is all set to go. But she's going to do an event. She have pictures blown up, and the book is going to be available really shortly. So she does all that. Very nice event. Of course, it was beautiful. It was done outside. They're down south, so it's all outside. All the ladies were dressed in pink and fuchsia, and it was just gorgeous. It was gorgeous. There was even some rose colored stuff floating in between too. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Everything was gorgeous. All the everybody looked nice. Even the other people that you saw that were just there, everybody just looked so pretty. And it was just all of this white and pink around. And, everything's for breast cancer. So it was really something to see. And Jackie gave fair warning in the beginning, there's not going to be any bullshit at my function. So we were like, okay. So they actually did that. Then Heavenly shows up, but they ran in and they got all the ladies. They were like, come on, something's going on. There's an ambulance out front, Cecil. So there's an ambulance out front. Simone, they said they need a doctor. So they come flying out. They run out. It's Heavenly. Heavenly actually has shown up in an ambulance. It was like a gag. She showed up in an ambulance. They opened the ambulance door, pull her out the stretcher. They're like, Heavenly, what's going on? What's going on? So it appeared as though Heavenly had gotten to the party, never came into the party, and the ambulance had been called, and they were getting ready to take her on off. That something done happened. They think she had a heart attack, and that's the same thing we thought after we saw the previews last week. Well, no, it was all set up that way. And when they pulled Heavenly down out of the ambulance and she opened her eyes and she said to Jackie, you see, Jackie? See how you cured me? You love me. And that's how I got cured. Love can cure anything, Jackie. You understand that? And I understood where she was going with it. I was like, you were so silly. And I understood the sentiment. I really did. Because it covered the whole thing about, and she talked about, Curtis and her. She was covering, she was hitting all the bases. He been with you through 2 times of breast cancer. Love cured you and brought you on through. I got her point. Child, Toya and Grimace got up in that confessional and was like, what kind of fucking stupid shit was that? I said, about as stupid as y'all living in that house y'all used to live in. About as stupid as y'all owe 6 figures to the IRS. Shall I go on? Anyway, moving on. So they went on in to the thing, and right before they got started, Heavenly said, you know what? Let me talk to you for a minute, Lisa. And they were like, Heavenly. She's like, no, this is cool. And she told Lisa, this was so funny to me. She said to Lisa, she said, I prayed about this. I sat with my personal person that's helping me for my development. And what I figured out is that I'm not going to be friends with you. I'm not going to be able to continue a friendship with you because I don't trust you. And I can't be friends with a person I don't trust. So from this point, you and I just aren't going to be friends. And it was so funny because through the midst of all the yelling and the screaming and all that is going on, do you know just that one little small part? Heavenly won like a motherfucker. She said, okay. And then she walked off with this pretty white dress on with the little flowers and the pink flowers on it. Walked on off, hair looking nice, beat out. She was beat out. Cause she bitch been beat all motherfucking season. And I know, Heavenly, if you see this, I gives you a hard time, girl. Yes, I do. I always have since you first came. Bitch, let me tell you something. Your behavior was on point, and you were beat out all motherfucking season. You understand me? I've always said I'm fair. If you are good, I'm gonna say you're good. If you're bad, I'm gonna say you're bad. Bitch, you was bad all season, but in a good way. So I gotta give it to you. It is what it is. Still not one of my favorite people. I don't think that her and I would actually be friends or anything like that. But that bitch was beat out. She's cleaned in a motherfucker all season. Whatever you doing, glam wise, keep doing it. And your personal growth is taking place and we can see it. But she won. Next, we see Lisa in that damn confessional, and that bitch was a mess. She was crying because, again, you live for the drama. You live for getting people all upset and having them screaming and holler. And when she just lets you know, I'm not screaming and hollering with you anymore. I'm not even going to indulge. As a matter of fact, fuck you, but in a nice way. She told her, fuck her with a pink bow on it, honey. I'm not going to be your friend anymore. I'm not going to deal with you no more. And walked the fuck, and marched, honey. Right through the crowd. I said, oh, you lose, bitch. Heavenly wins, honey. Ding, 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 ding. I was like, wow. That's the child. Listen, hashtag when silence kills, honey. She's up there crying in that confession. I don't know why Heavenly was being so mean and so evil. I never did anything to her. Still with that lie. Still holding on to that lie. Then she was standing over there crying. Toya's like, girl, all those ladies played you. I said, Toya, are you trying to put a battery in our back? All those ladies at the table played you. They all sided with Heavenly. Then she kept talking, then she swung it around and said, you're sitting here saying that you don't care and that you're okay, you're gonna be fine and all that. But that's the same thing Mariah said. And Mariah ended up by herself for a very long time. And where's Mariah now? Right back here, wanting to be friends with these same ladies. I said, ooh, that's a read on Lisa and Mariah. I said, okay. That is true. That is true. Is what it is. That was where that actually ended out. Jackie revealed the pictures. The pictures were gorgeous. They really were. Beautiful pictures that everybody looked so good. And the ladies everything ended on a very high note. And from what's been said, even the Lisa's exit thing that she was saying, maybe I just need to find a different group of ladies to be with, led me to believe that she ain't coming back. And I hope it's true. I hope you don't. And other than that, that was it. That was it for the season finale. It really did end on a high note. This was, I believe, the best season of the 4 thus far. The reunion looks absolutely yummy. And I'll see you back here for that next week. Later, guys.